Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me at all? Can you hear me at all? Let me know if you guys can hear me. I think I might have fixed it. I might have fixed it, guys. I might have fixed it. I got my doggy fan right here, ready to rock and roll. So hopefully I fixed the audio for this live stream. If you guys can start coming in here and start letting me know if you can hear me, that would be awesome. And then we will go ahead and get going. All right, let's see here. Let's see if our audio is working today. L2 survive. Can you hear me, brother? I think maybe you can hear me. Can you guys hear me at all? Can anybody hear me? Sounds working. Is it plugged in? You guys can hear me okay? Is that all right? Let's see here. Let's try and get some more people in here. I appreciate your patience. I really do. Let's see if we can bring this back a little bit. There we go. All right, we hear you. Okay, awesome, cool. All right, so let's start getting some people in here. I had to mess around with some settings for some reason. I don't know why I had to do that because I've never had to do it before, but you know, things like to change on their own apparently, but here we are, guys. Today we're going to be discussing the brand new Ostation X, which is our Kickstarter campaign that is going on right now. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get some people in here, and then we will start talking about the Ostation X, and then I will go ahead and show you how it works, and we'll talk about some details as well. All right. Okay. Looks like we're starting to get people in here. Okay. So I'll go ahead and get started. So I'll go ahead and start from the beginning. Why not? Yes, audio is working. Awesome, cool. So I'll go ahead and start from the beginning. So I was in China during March and April of this year. And one of the really cool products that they showed me was a really early prototype of the new Ostation X. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really interesting idea. But when I was there visiting, we actually did not have a prototype that was this good already. The one that we had there had like this large like circuit board that was like hanging off the side of it, and there was a lot of internal components that were exposed. So that was the one that I saw quite a few months back, and they said that they were working on this one and they would send it to me as soon as possible. So fast forward to maybe a couple weeks after I got back from China, so I guess maybe like right when I got back from Dallas, and then they sent this to me. So I've had this for probably the past week, and I've been able to use it, been able to check it out, and go through everything with the new Ostation X. So I'm already getting a couple questions from you guys. So it's not under the normal flashlight lifetime warranty. So the charger itself has a 2-year warranty, and then the batteries that it comes with, the nickel metal hydride batteries that it comes with, have a 1-year warranty. So 2-year warranty on the Ostation X, and then a 1-year warranty on the rechargeable batteries that it comes with. So here is the prototype version. The official version, the version that you guys get, will have that typical Olight polish to it. This is basically a rough draft. But the reason why I wanted to go live and be able to show this to you guys, and I know, you know, a lot of people might be busy right now, but we'll be saving this video on the YouTube channel. But the point of this video is to show you that yes, it does exist. The proof of concept is absolutely there. It does charge the batteries. It does sort through the batteries to make sure that they are safe and healthy. And then also you can store the batteries inside of the device. So there it is with the warranty situation. And then let's see here. Yeah, so the power brick is just a typical Type-C power brick. If you need to purchase one, you can add it to your order. I think they're like $10 on the Kickstarter, which is not bad at all, considering the quality of the wall adapter brick. But if you want to purchase one from Amazon, if you want to purchase one from Anchor, it really doesn't matter. Just make sure that it is, I believe, 1.5 to 2 is where it needs to be in order for it to actually be able to power this device. Some of those little wall adapters and little USB inputs and things like that are not strong enough to power very, very powerful devices. So because of that, we recommend getting one of the larger size wall adapters. But again, it is on our website, or you can go to Amazon and get 1-day shipping on one of the Anchor ones that they have over there. But it's just Type-C. There's nothing proprietary about the charging cable or the wall adapter. It's literally just Type-C. So, if you have one at home, that's perfectly fine. If you need to pick one up, that's fine as well. But we do have them for $10, but by no means is the one that we have on Kickstarter some special device that you can't pick up anywhere else. It's literally just a Type-C wall adapter. Yeah, so in terms of the pack, like everything that it comes with, so of course you're going to get the Ostation X, you're going to get the Type-C charging cable, which is C to C. So make sure that you get a Type-C wall adapter. And then on top of that, of course, it comes with 4 packs of the batteries. Now this is the AA version. I don't have a prototype of the AAA. It is the exact same device. It's just going to be in kind of a charcoal gray color and instead of the kind of amber color that this one is, kind of orangish amber color. In terms of the way that it works, this one can hold 32 batteries and the AAA one can hold 36 batteries. But that's literally the only difference is the color of the device and how many batteries it can hold, and the fact that it's AAA instead of AA. But in terms of like the functions and what the product does and all of that, it's exactly the same with the AA version versus the AAA version. One thing I do want to mention is the AAA version is going to be taking a little bit longer to produce. The prototypes that we've been working on has mainly been the AA version. So because of that, the AA version kind of got the jump on the entire R&D situation on this product. So because of that, it's taking us 1 month longer to be able to ship the AAA version. If you order the AA with the AAA version, the family pack that we have going on, I know a lot of people ordered those. If you did that, just know that it will be shipped in November instead of October because you are only able to purchase one product from Kickstarter. That's a Kickstarter rule. So you won't be able to go in and add a bunch of different listings to your cart. You'll just go in and pick the one that you want to back. And I think we still have a few of the early bird packs. I think we might have 70 of those left. But basically, you just go on there, you order the pack that you want, you order the bundle that you want if you want to get the family pack, and then you just check out. And that's it. And then you won't actually be charged until the product is shipped out. Now, you could potentially see a hold or some type of authorization on your card for the amount. That will only be there for maybe 1 or 2 days, and then it will drop off. So if you order and you see the full amount as like a pending transaction on your card, don't worry about it. That will eventually fall off. That's not going to hold and actually charge you before we ship out the devices. I know I'm kind of getting into like a lot of details and stuff, but that's kind of how the Kickstarter works. One thing I want you guys to know about is please log into a Kickstarter account before you go in and try to do anything on the Kickstarter website. It's much easier to log in first or create a login right when you go to Kickstarter.com. And then that way you can see the projects that you've backed. And when you back this project or any other projects in the future, you'll be able to see them in that login that you have. I saw a couple people who were talking about how they went in and backed the project, but then they didn't log into an account. So they're having to contact customer service to try and link their Ostation X backer to their account. So instead of having to go through all of that, if you guys haven't backed it yet, if you guys haven't purchased anything from Kickstarter in general before, please log into an account before placing your order. So that way your account and your order are connected to each other. So you can always go in and take a look at the project. You'll be able to go in and make changes. There is a function in there to where you can change. I know some people switched from just the regular AA version to getting the family pack, so you can get the AA and the AAA together. It's up to you. But just please make sure that you log in so that you can go into your account, you can see that you backed the project, and you can go in there and make changes as well, okay? So that's first step number one. Go to Kickstarter.com, go to the Ostation X, and then from there you can log into your account and then back it after you've logged into your account. And again, you won't be charged until these actually ship out. Again, there might be some kind of hold on your account, but that will drop off. It just depends on how long it takes your bank to have items like that drop off once they're in the processing stage on your card. That's more kind of up to your bank. So that's how that one works. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look. Do we get any points for our order? That's a very good question. Unfortunately, no. So this entire project is through Kickstarter, and I will go ahead and kind of talk about that a little bit. And then I promise I will go ahead and throw some batteries in here. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. There's just so much to talk about right now. Let me go ahead and throw some batteries in this and get it charging and get it going. And then I will go ahead and start talking about Kickstarter and how it works and why we're doing it and all of that good stuff. So thank you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this little door on the top of the Ostation. And you can see that there is a white light here on the front. This white light is only for the prototype version. When you get yours, you will never see a white light here on the front. On the front, it will be a green light letting you know that it's ready. And then you press it, and that way it starts charging and it will change to a blue light. But this white light that you're seeing right here is only for the prototype version. So you will never see this white light on yours. So basically I'm going to just take some batteries. All right, let's grab some here. Oh, I just dropped one. And I'm literally just gonna throw them in. So I've got the Olight 2500 milliamp nickel metal hydride batteries here. They are the AA size. So we'll go ahead and just throw them in. And I don't really care how I'm throwing them in. I can just, it doesn't matter which direction you throw them in because it knows the polarity. So I'll go ahead and throw that in. Let's go ahead and throw some more in. Like, why not? It will take 32. So you can hold 32 on the top chamber, and then it will hold 32 in the bottom chamber. So basically you have the top sorting chamber right here, and then you have the center module, which is where all of the charging and the polarity identification and the health of the battery identification is going to happen. If the battery is not good, if it's a bad battery, it will pop out into this little drawer right here. If it's a good battery, then it will stay here and it will charge, and then it will eventually come down here to the bottom where the batteries will store, and from there you can grab batteries from the Ostation X as you need them. So basically when they're done, they're just going to be hanging out down here, and then when you need a battery, you just kind of grab them as you please. But there we go. Let's go ahead and put some more batteries in here, and then from there, okay, let's throw them in. Okay, there we go. So I literally just threw them in. You guys saw that. So now I'm going to just press the button. So let's go ahead, press the button there. Now you can see that it turned green. So now what it's going to do is it's going to start analyzing these batteries. It's going to figure out, okay, what's going on with these batteries? Are they fully charged? Do they need to charge? Are they bad batteries? Maybe they've been charged too many times. Maybe they haven't been charged in a very long time and the battery has eventually gone bad. It's figuring all of this stuff out right now. And then it will turn to a blue kind of blink. And then from there, that is when the batteries are charging. And then once they are fully charged, it will go from the blue back to the green, and then it will drop all of the batteries here into the bottom chamber. And that's basically how it works. So we're right now just waiting for this green light to become blue, and that will tell us that the batteries are charging. But right now, we're just giving it a minute, and it's going to start figuring it out. So I'm going to continue talking about Kickstarter and how it works. And as I'm talking, hopefully you can see this turn blue pretty soon. So let's get back to Kickstarter, right? So why are we doing this? Why are we doing Kickstarter when we're already a legitimate brand? We've been around for 17 years. We make products. We sell all over the world. So why would a company like us be doing this versus us being some kind of startup that's never made something before, which is pretty typical for Kickstarter? So there's a couple different reasons. Number one, just being completely honest with you, is exposure. So Kickstarter is a very, very famous website. Kickstarter is very famous, right? If you go up to most people, I mean, look, if you go up to some older person in the countryside and say, hey, have you heard of Kickstarter? Maybe they'll say no. But if you go up to like a normal person who's among society, who uses the internet on a daily basis, they probably have heard the word Kickstarter before, right? So it's a very famous website with a lot of traffic. There's millions of people who go to this website. So if you can get your product on a website that millions of people go to looking for cool, unique products that they can back, that's a really good situation for a brand. It doesn't matter if we've been around for 15 years or 50 years, we're always trying to find new ways to get exposure for our brand, right? So we have all these people who are going to Kickstarter who maybe have never heard of Olight before. So this is putting our brand in a whole new position versus having just a typical olightstore.com sale. So this is a really, and look, like for us working at Olight, this is really special because this will give us the ability to gain new customers, to get people involved with Olight who maybe don't even own a high-powered flashlight yet. So number one, exposure. It's a new way for us to get our brand out there. I think that's just logical business. It's just a logical business idea. Get your brand in new places. Number two, this is something that simply just doesn't exist. Oh, look. Do you see, guys? Do you see the blue light now? Do you see the blue? And now it's clicking over. So you can see that it's actually almost charged. So I've charged these batteries before and I've only used them a little bit with testing. So most of these batteries that I have here for this example should be mostly charged. So hopefully it won't take very long for these batteries to drop down to the bottom to show us that they're healthy and they can be used. They're at 100%. So now we are waiting for this blue light to go away to become green again. And then when it becomes green, it'll drop the batteries down and then we can start popping them in our remote controls, our toys, any type of stuff that we have at home that take these batteries. So anyways, let's get back to Kickstarter. Number two, so number one, exposure. Number two is going to be, this is something that not only have we never done before, but it's something that doesn't actually exist yet. So we thought it would be a really cool idea to put something on Kickstarter that is a brand new design. This is a brand new IP. We're not copying any other brand when we created this. This is basically something that was made from scratch. Most of the lithium ion or nickel metal hydride, most of those chargers that you guys have at home it's this little rectangle and it can hold 4 cells in the front, and you basically pop in the cells and it'll have maybe a little LED that tells you when it's fully charged and you're done, right? So there's never been a battery charger that is in an enclosed design like this, where it is testing the batteries, it's analyzing the cells themselves to make sure that they're safe, which is a really big deal these days with rechargeable batteries. You hear all these kinds of stories about lithium ion devices blowing up. I mean, you got electric cars that are on fire on the highway. We got to be careful with these rechargeable batteries. And so this is allowing you to be as careful as possible with the rechargeable batteries that you have at home, because they are being analyzed. You know that they're okay or they're not okay. If I hand you two batteries that are exactly the same, and I say, which one sucks and which one works great, and you're holding both of them, you're not going to know. How would you possibly know if a battery doesn't work or it does work by just holding them in your hands and just looking at the wrapper, right? So you need to have something like this to tell you that the batteries that you're using in your home are safe. They're not going to swell up. They're not going to, leak. They're not going to have any of those crazy things that you guys hear about on the internet with batteries, right? So that's something that's really special that's going on with here is not only do you not need to care about the polarity, I threw these batteries in here that are charging right now in a bunch of different ways. I was flipping them around. I was just kind of tossing them in. So these batteries that are inside of this device right now that are charging are in there in all different directions and different ways, and it doesn't even matter. It's just going to charge them anyways, right? And then after that, it'll analyze. It'll tell you if they're good or not. If they're bad, it'll spit the battery out. And if the battery's good, it'll charge it and just drop it to the bottom. And then you have a 100% charged, fully healthy, no problems, ready to go batteries for your devices that you probably spend a lot of money on that you have at home, right? So we thought that this was something that was needed in the market, okay? But it's never been done before. So we had no idea how this product would do. We knew that there was a gap in the market with rechargeable battery devices, right? Because those ones that hold the 4 batteries in the little rectangle thing, like those aren't good enough for true electronics enthusiasts like me, right? Instead of having 7 of those things, and I got them all lined up in my garage and I'm popping them out and having to deal with all that, like I feel like it's a part-time job just dealing with all the batteries that I have for all of my devices that I own. So this is taking all of that work out of the equation, and it's also putting you in a safer situation because now you're finally analyzing the batteries that you have at home, okay? So this is taking care of something that you need to be taken care of. You need to have batteries that are usable at home. You need to make sure they're safe, and you need to have somewhere to store them safely. And so this is taking care of all 3 of those things in one device. And it's never been done before. So now to get back to point number 2 of why we're doing Kickstarter, it's because we're trying to sell something that doesn't exist yet. So because of that, we didn't want to just throw it on olightstore.com and see how it does. We can do that with flashlights because we already know that we have thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of flashlight fans that will buy our flashlights. We know that. But we really didn't know how well this was going to do. We could sell 1 of them. We could sell 100,000 of them. We had no idea. So a way to be able to mitigate risk and be able to figure out the market and figure out if this is something that actually makes sense for us, we put it on Kickstarter, right? And then on top of that, we've already spent a good amount of money on R&D and developing these prototypes, and now we have to bring it into full production. So because of all that, it's a very, very expensive project as well that we truly, again, are not sure if it's actually going to make any money. So from a business standpoint, it makes sense to put something on Kickstarter where, number 1, you have no idea if it's going to be successful. Number 2, it's something that might not even exist in the world today. It's a new idea for technology or other things. There's all kinds of stuff on Kickstarter. So it's putting us into the right position that we want to be with a product like this. Now, are we going to start selling flashlights on Kickstarter? Are we going to start selling, the Baton 4, Baton 5, that kind of stuff on Kickstarter? No, because we don't need to do that. But for this kind of stuff, yes, it makes sense. Okay? So that's what's going on. Does it have a mute button for my wife? Okay, let me get back to your questions. Turn blue. Yeah, you're right, Tim. And so it looks like because of the very fast blinking with the blue right here on the front, we should get some batteries that are dropped down very, very soon. We should be there pretty quickly. So hopefully we'll hear some action and we'll get some batteries that drop down soon. Let's take a look here. I have some Q&A stuff here. I got an FAQ section here. Okay. People have asked for lithium ion batteries. That's one of the big questions that we've been asked. So we tried it. We've done a lot of testing. We hope maybe in the future we'll be able to do an update to where we will be able to update the Ostation X to where it can receive lithium ion batteries. But after all of our extensive testing and all of the work we've done on this product, for the initial release, it's not stable enough for you to be throwing nickel metal hydrides and lithium ion batteries in this thing at the same time, right? So as of right now, it's just the nickel metal hydrides. Now, with that said, you're getting a really good deal on some fantastic batteries. These are 2,500 milliamps, so they have an extremely high capacity. They're very, very high quality, and they look really cool too. They kind of have this gold and green wrapper thing going on. So I'm a big fan of that, and they come in these nifty cases. Oh, hold on. I just heard something. Oh, look, it's green. Okay. So did you see that? So it was green. Oh, there's one. Did you hear that, guys? There's two. Okay. I'm waiting for two more because it charges the batteries in series of 4. So I'm waiting for two more to drop down, and then we will be done with this set of 4. And then after that, it will turn to blue again automatically on its own. Oh, okay, there's 3. So I'm waiting for one more battery, and then we are done successfully charging this batch. Let's take a look here. Let's get one more. Come on, my Ostation. One more battery. We got 3 out of this. Okay. L2, that's another fantastic question. L2 survived with the awesome questions today. Thank you. Okay, so it does have an app, and the app is really cool. The only problem, though, is this prototype doesn't work with the app yet. So I was talking with the engineer and I said, hey, can I show the app during the live stream? Is there a way that I can show the app in videos? And they were like, no, it doesn't work with the prototype that you have. You have to wait. So unfortunately, I can't show you guys the app. But it will exist for the final version, which will be very, very exciting because you'll be able to see what batteries have failed. You'll be able to see how many batteries have charged. And there's number 4. Woo! Okay, so there is 4 batteries. And I will go ahead and show that to you here. So I'll lift it up. And so we have number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And all 4 of these batteries have passed the analysis, so they are healthy cells and they're 100% charged. So I'm ready to pop these batteries in my devices and enjoy the 2,500 milliamps each that each battery provides. So that is very exciting. That's really cool. It should be jumping over to blue again here shortly. So we are starting over again, right? So that initial cycle where the button is green, it's going to transition to the blinking blue, and then it will transition back to the green when it spits out another 4 batteries that are fully charged. Let's go ahead, and while we're talking, I'll open up this case, and let's throw a few more in. So let's see if we can get another cycle here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 4 more batteries that I just popped in, and we will let it do its thing. Okay, so we're back to the blue. Do you see the blinking blue right there? So it did that automatically on its own. So if you put in, let's say you put in 12 batteries. So the first 4, it's going to spit them out, and then it will go from the green back to the blue, and then it will go back to the green, spit out the next 4 batteries, then it's going to go back to the blue. It'll show the blinking until it goes back to the green and spits out the next 4 batteries. So when you throw your batteries in here, obviously it doesn't matter. You can throw in 2 if you want. You can throw in 5 if you want. Just know that it charges in series of 4s. But if you only want to charge 2 batteries, for example, you can throw it in there and it'll just charge the 2 batteries. It doesn't have to be 4. It just charges in max cycles of 4 at one time. That's why I just spit out 4, and now we're back to the second charging cycle. So there we go with that. So anyways, so that's what's going on. In terms of shipping, we've had a lot of questions about shipping. A lot of people have talked about how shipping is expensive. So there's a few rules with Kickstarter. We wish that the shipping situation could be better, but there are a lot of rules when it comes to Kickstarter, and I think it's them being as careful as possible to make sure that people get the devices that they order and that they back from Kickstarter. So the way it works is we can only ship you 1 item. So if you order the AAA and you order the AA, it has to be a family pack and we have to ship them together. Now, if we ship them separately, for example, the shipping charge would be double. We've done a lot of testing with the shipping charges and the way that Kickstarter puts the shipping charges in. And so the way that it works is we can only ship you 1 box. So that's why when you order the family pack, we can't ship you the AA version before we ship you the AAA version. We have to just wait and ship you both versions in November. On top of that, we are not able to ship everything to our US warehouse and then be able to ship that to you guys. We have to ship it directly from the same facility because this is a worldwide campaign. There's people in South Korea who are ordering them. There's people in Australia who are ordering them. This is not a Olight USA campaign. This is a global campaign. And when you type in your address, when you type in where you live, Kickstarter will automatically tell you how much it costs to ship the item to your location. Now, I know that for the US, it's like $15. I know for, I think Australia, it's $30. From what I've seen, it's like intervals of 15. It really just depends on the country you live in. Part of the reason also that it's $15 to ship it is because when you order the Ostation X with 4 packs of batteries, it weighs 7.5 pounds. 7.5 pounds. So it's either you guys pay for the shipping costs, which is a requirement from Kickstarter, or we just make the product more expensive and then pretend to give you free shipping. Like, I think you guys don't, like, when you guys order stuff online and you can get free shipping for a product, that cost is absorbed into the product. It's not like they're just giving you free money. Like, they've analyzed all of this stuff and have figured out the price points that you have to hit in order for the shipping to make sense where the company can still be profitable. So there's a lot that goes into figuring out shipping costs for an e-commerce website. The bottom line is Kickstarter has different fees for their shipping. And the reason why the shipping specifically for the Ostation X is not $2, it's $15 for the US as an example, is because of the fact that it weighs 7.5 pounds and it's in a very large box. The box that I got when I received my Ostation X with all of the batteries was very large. It's a very big brown box. It's expensive to ship, guys. It's expensive to ship. I don't know the last time you guys went to the UPS store and wanted to ship out a letter, for example, but just doing stuff like that costs at least $10. Last time I shipped a piece of paper with UPS, it cost me $12 from the UPS store. So I think the $15 shipping, like to the US as an example, for a 7.5 pound package is more than reasonable. Considering that I've been working in e-commerce for like 15 years at this point. I actually used to work in shipping. I used to do a lot of work for UPS. So I'm very in tune with logistics and shipping costs and things like that. And I fully understand why shipping costs what it does on Kickstarter. They're simply just not giving you the shipping for free. But by no means does shipping cost 12 cents and we're charging you $15. Like, we do not receive a penny of shipping fees as profit or as revenue. Like, the payment that you're paying for shipping doesn't have anything to do with Olight's bottom line. It's not like we're laughing, counting our shipping dollars. Like, all of that money that we're getting for shipping is literally spent and then more in order to get these products to you guys. Okay? So that's what's going on. A lot of it is Kickstarter rules. I talked with Max, who is kind of the main product manager for the Ostation X, and she just like went on a whole tangent about how she's so upset with, how the shipping works, and we kind of have our hands tied in terms of shipping when we're talking about a 7.5 pound massive box. Okay, so that's what's going. So that's what's going on. So let me go ahead and break it all down. Let me break it all down, and then I will answer any other questions that you guys have. So today I am showing you guys the Ostation X prototype. This is not the final version, but this is the best version that we have at this moment. The product will not be released until October for the AA version, and it will be November for the AAA version. You can back this project on Kickstarter. So if you go to Kickstarter.com, and something that is very, very exciting is the fact that if you go to the technology section of Kickstarter.com, we are actually at the very top of the page. So if you go to Kickstarter.com, click on the technology tab, and then we are on the front page. So if I go ahead and click into it, we can see that we are now at $521,000 with a pledge of $100,000. So we are 5 times our goal right now for this project, which is very, very exciting. And I think it's a really nice project. So either, figure out if you want the AA or the AAA. If you want to get both, head to the website to back the project. I'll go ahead. We don't have that many early birds left. We have 110 left of the early bird. We already have 590 backers for the early bird. And that way you'll be able to get this for $99, and you can get the Ostation X with the 32 batteries. We also have it for the AAA version, which comes with the 36 batteries. It's got a little bit more capacity with the AAA version. And then from there, you can get the family pack as well. But just a heads up, this is a very, very popular project. It's basically gone viral since yesterday. So if you want to get that $99 deal, if you want to get the best deal possible on the Ostation X, please go ahead and back it, because it's only going to get more expensive once the super early bird ones are sold out, which there's only 110 left. We've already sold 590, and we're talking it's been less than 1 day, right? So there we go, guys. The Ostation X, it can store your batteries, it can analyze your batteries to make sure they're safe, and it can charge them. It works with nickel metal hydride batteries. It works, we have the AA version and we have the AAA version. All you do is you open up the top right here, you throw your batteries in, and then you hit the button on the front. It will go from green to blue when the batteries are charging. It's blue right now because I'm charging batteries, and then it will pop the batteries on the bottom there in sets of 4. It's not the price, it's the time. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. An extra month, big deal. Most Kickstarters take a year. Yeah. So in terms of like the amount of time that Kickstarter takes, this is actually pretty fast. A lot of times companies will begin a Kickstarter campaign when they are much earlier in the prototyping phase. A lot of times companies will do a Kickstarter when they might not even have anything yet, and they simply just have drawings and ideas. So the fact that I literally have a working prototype, it's working exactly how it's supposed to in a live video on camera. And the reason why I wanted to go live is to answer your questions, but to also show you that this thing actually exists and it actually works, right? So have confidence in the Ostation X, guys. First off, we're 5 times our goal. Our goal was 100 grand and we're at 500 grand, and we have like a month and a half left of the project. And then after that, we'll, start producing our, full-on quantity of them. But the fact that we're 5 times, and the fact that we're a company that's been around for 17 years, we've shipped out millions of products around the world. We've got one of the best customer services, not only in the tactical outdoor industry, but really in any industry. I hear it every day. I hear it constantly every day about how awesome our customer service is, because we know that if we provide the right service for our customers, that they will for sure come back to us, and they will for sure want to get more of our products. So we know that. Let me go ahead and plug this in real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, cool. So I'm back in. My trust is with Olight that any issues will be taken care of. Exactly. That's what's kind of cool about this situation is you're able to back something on Kickstarter, but there isn't any like risk. We're not some weird random fly-by-night company that we came up with last week. Like, we're definitely one of the most legitimate companies that have a campaign on Kickstarter right now, for sure. And that's why it went absolutely viral from the first minute that we released the Kickstarter. This is a beautiful device. I think it's definitely worth the $100, especially with all the batteries that you get with it. I mean, you get 4 packs of nickel metal hydride batteries that are 2,500 milliamps a piece, right? And they're under a 1-year warranty, which is really great for a battery. You got a 2-year warranty on the Ostation X, which is backed by Olight's warranty, which again is one of the best in the world. AA version, AAA version. They'll be shipping AA shipping in October, AAA shipping in November. In terms of the shipping cost, it is what it is. There really is nothing we can do about it. I had a meeting with them this morning about the shipping costs, and they were like, bro, there's literally nothing we can do about it. Like, it's defined by Kickstarter. It's also defined by the country that someone's ordering from. So like, it is what it is, which is the only bummer that I can see. But again, a 7.5-pound box with 30 plus batteries in that box, only paying $15 for shipping, maybe a little bit more depending on what country that you're in, I think is perfectly acceptable, especially with what you're getting for the money. Let's see here. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Todd, yes. Let me post a link to the Kickstarter. Thank you for asking that, Todd. I've like said a million things about the Kickstarter, and I'm like, yeah, this is great and all, but where's the Kickstarter? So let me let me give you a link here. Okay, so there's a link right there. Again, if you guys are having issues finding it, all you need to do is go to Kickstarter.com and go to the technology tab. When you click on the technology tab, it will immediately show you the Ostation X. It's at the very top. It's in the top 3 in the technology section. Yeah, there's us. let's see here. There's us, and then there's some kind of like plant care, and then some kind of pegboard system. And those are the top 3 of the 53,495 projects that are on Kickstarter right now. So we're in the top 3 out of over 50,000 projects on Kickstarter. And it's backed by a company that has sold millions of products. We're a global company. We have 1,000 employees worldwide. So, I mean, even I've worked for Olight for 9 years. So it's a fantastic company making really cool products. I just heard it. Do you see it just turned green? So we're back to green from the blue. There's battery number 1. I hope you guys can hear it when the battery falls down. Okay. Ooh, did it spit one out here? Oh, it did. Cool. Okay, I'll show you guys in a second. One of the batteries did not pass. And I want to show this to you. I was really hoping that would happen during this. So we should have 2 more batteries that it's going to spit out. Okay, there's another battery that just passed. It just spit it out to the bottom. I know I keep saying spit, but it's just an easy way to say it's putting the batteries in the bottom of the device. Let's see. We got one more. That needs to drop. Oh, Outhouse, thank you so much for ordering yours. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Let's see. When will they be available for sale on the Olight website? That's a very good question. So because of the fact that this has been so successful already, we know that there's a demand for it. We already have a pledge of $500,000 in one day. So because of that, we definitely want to sell it on our official website, olightstore.com, once all this Kickstarter stuff is finished, right? So we will have the AA version and the AAA version on our official website after the Kickstarter backers have received theirs. So it's going to be at the end of this year. I can't tell you exactly when, because we've got the October, November situation with the AA and the AAA version, and then we're going into Black Friday and Christmas time. Okay, so there's our third good battery, and then we have 1 bad battery. So there is our batch of 4, right? So now it's going to go from the green light that you see here, and it's going to go back to the blue light because we've got 4 more batteries that I popped in earlier that is going to start charging again as well. And I don't have to remove these batteries out of the bottom. You can keep 32 batteries in the bottom of this device. I'm just removing them to show you that they are there. So here we go. We got 3 down here. 1, 2, 3. And if I open up the little drawer, I have 1 right here. So I know that this battery, there's something strange going on with it. So if I want to, I can pop it back in to make sure that for sure it's not a good battery, or I can just discard it, right? But I thought that was really cool. I'll go ahead and put this battery to the side right here. All of these other batteries have charged while we've been here today talking with each other, right? So now it is green, and it will transition back to the blue when it is charging the next group of 4 nickel metal hydride batteries, okay? And then once the batteries are charged, you can either keep them in the device, which makes it easy, or you can pop them back in these little plastic holders that they come in automatically, okay? Okay. Use the word cycle. Yeah, thank you, Sean. Okay. Okay. I'm sure he staged a bad battery for the demonstration. So I wanted to show it to you guys. Keep in mind, I do want to tell this to you guys, just being fully transparent with you. So this is the prototype version. The prototype version is 90% accuracy is what we've developed with this select prototype that I have here with me today. The official version that you guys will be receiving will have 100% accuracy. They're just fine tuning a few details with their testing, but they have rest assured that we will be at 100% accuracy with the battery analysis when the full version is shipped out, okay? But that's part of the transition from the prototype to the final version, is just increasing those percentages, but we're still at 90% with this handmade prototype. You can see that we're back to blue, so that means this next group of batteries is charging yet again. So what's really cool about this is you can see that while I've been talking with you guys, I've basically been doing nothing, right? All I do is I take some batteries, I open this up, I throw them in, and then you just press the button on the front, and then it does everything else. Like I'm not even really doing anything here. I'm just throwing batteries into this machine. That's it. And then everything else is being done. Let's see. That's one of the coolest things Olight has ever produced. I will definitely be picking one up. Yeah. Anyways, going back to the topic of selling on olightstore.com. Yes, these will eventually be sold on olightstore.com, but it definitely won't be until the end of the year, especially until all of this Kickstarter stuff is over. So if you want to be one of the first people to get this, and you want to get it at the best price, because we truly are giving you guys the best price possible through Kickstarter, because we simply just want to get these out there. We want to ship these out. We want people to use them. So I know it's a wait. I know that you won't get points for your olightstore.com account, but you are getting the best price. And on top of that, you will be one of the first people to get the device as well. So I know it's annoying waiting, but you will be one of the first people to get it, and you're getting the best price by going through Kickstarter. I think the Kickstarter situation is kind of interesting in the first place. I find it intriguing that there's a website that exists that allows companies to be able to do stuff like this. I think that in itself is very exciting. And so I think it's fun just ordering stuff from Kickstarter every once in a while, just to go through the experience and to, experience something new with your buying habits online. If you've never done Kickstarter before, this is a zero risk way to get involved with it and to give it a try. Some of the other projects on Kickstarter, they might have very low funding. They might not have a good working prototype. They might not have the things that we have here at Olight to make this one of the most successful campaigns on Kickstarter ever. So I personally, why not? Why not order from Kickstarter? You're going to get the device. You're going to get the best price possible. You're going to get to experience something cool, because we're going to give you guys updates as we continue to make progress with the project as well. So you kind of get to be involved with the research and development for this and the advancements that we make for this before we ship it out to you. So it's fun. It's fun, right? It's something online that you can do that's really, really fun and entertaining. And at the end of it all, you're getting a really badass product that is backed by an amazing company, and you got the best price possible on it. The people who only bought the AA will be among the first to receive them. You're completely right. No, this doesn't have a lifetime warranty like our tactical lights. This has a 2-year warranty on the Ostation X, and then the batteries themselves have a 1-year warranty. And that's specifically for the Ostation X. Now, if you go to our lighting products on olightstore.com, those do have a lifetime warranty, but a aluminum overbuilt heavy-duty tactical flashlight is a lot different than a charging station like this, So we don't have the same policy, but 2 years on something like this is actually really good. I just bought a new iPhone. I got the iPhone 15 Pro, which costs $1,400, and I get a 1-year warranty with it. So it's pretty standard for electronic products to have a 6-month to a 1-year warranty. And so for this to have 2 years is actually double what it probably would be from a normal company selling something like this. If Apple was producing this, they would give you a 1-year warranty. If Microsoft was producing this, they would give you a 1-year warranty. So all of those big, fancy, trillion-dollar companies that everybody gushes over all the time, they're giving you a less warranty than Olight does. So I'm pretty proud of our warranty. I'm proud of our customer service. By no means do you need to worry if you have an issue with your Ostation X. Olight's customer service will always be there to help you guys out. There's no worry there. Let's see here. Drop resistant or have an IP rating. So I'm not sure about the official version. This is a hand-built prototype. So for this one specifically, I'm being very, very careful with. This has been working perfectly though. That's the only reason why I wanted to go live today and show it to you guys, is because I've been using this for the past like week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and it's been working perfectly. So I'm happy to show this prototype to you guys and show you that it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The only thing though is this prototype is handmade and it is quite fragile. Now, the version that you guys get, will be honest with you guys, will be much better than this version. I think it's cool to have a prototype. For the collectors out there like me, it's very cool to have something like this. But this is by no means anywhere near as good as the official version that's going to come out. I can't wait to get my official version and then be able to put this side by side and notice all of the nuances and all of the things they did to make this a more polished product, right? I mean, you guys know Olight products. We make some of the best flashlights you can buy. Our machining is impeccable. Our detail is impeccable. So by no means are we going to actually sell something that's backed by Olight that isn't polished, that isn't beautiful. Now, with that said, I don't know about the drop rating or the waterproof rating. Personally, I think it won't have any of that because of the fact that it has so much that's exposed. So you have this open well, and this well feeds directly into the electronic system in the bottom. And then on top of that, you have this large opening right here where the batteries will go in. So there's so many different areas where water can get inside. So I don't think this will be waterproof. And I would highly suggest not dropping it. This is built to sit on a shelf, all right? If you notice when I pick it up, I'm being like kind of careful. I'm not like kind of throwing it around. I'm just picking it up and then just setting it down to show it to you guys. This is supposed to be on a table. This is supposed to be on a workbench. This is supposed to be, you know, in your garage on your bench, you know, like that's where this is supposed to be. It's supposed to sit somewhere and charge up your batteries, make sure your batteries are safe, and store your batteries for whenever you need to pop them in a device. That's it, right? This is not an everyday carry. This is built to go in your home and just be something useful for all of your devices that you have. You know? How many lumens on the ring light? So I think they actually are upgrading it. I think this actually looks really good, going from the red and the blue. This blue color looks really fun. It's kind of this bright electric blue color. But I've heard that it's actually might even be a little bit brighter on the official version. So I think this thing's really incredible. It works exactly how it's supposed to work. I haven't seen any issues with this yet. I mean, it actually looks really good, which is something that's kind of fascinating to me. Is we have this hand-built prototype, and it already looks really good. So we can only go up from here. I'm very, very happy with the quality of this prototype. 2 USB-C ports on the back. Yeah, so we included 2 USB-C ports in case you need to plug this into a power source that isn't good enough. So if you don't have a large wall adapter, if you're not using a power source that is strong, you can hook it up double, so you can plug it in twice into something to give you that extra performance. As an example, like I have an electric scooter, and the electric scooter has 2 ports on the side of it. Those two ports allow you to be able to charge up the scooter faster, and it allows you to be able to actually charge it because the battery is so big and it's such a strong device. So you can see here on the back of mine, I'm only using one charging port because I have it plugged in to the wall adapter that we make, which is plenty strong enough in order to make this device work. But for example, if you wanted to plug this into a power bank or something like that, something that's not as strong, then you might want to use two cables. But that's why that exists. It's just giving you a secondary option, but by no means do you need to actually use it. If you're just charging it at home and you're using the correct wall adapter, it's just not necessary. Back ports are input. Yes, they're input. Frectra, yeah. So we're kind of just doing a Q&A here. So it will charge nickel metal hydride batteries. If you have lithium ion 14500s, it will not charge that. The good news is if you accidentally throw in an alkaline cell or a lithium ion cell, if you throw something in here that isn't good enough, or it's not compatible with this product, it's just going to spit it into the little shelf area, okay? So it could be either a bad battery, which I just showed you, or it could be the wrong battery type. It will still spit them into this little tray right here, and it means that the device won't be charging those cells. But by no means is something horrible going to happen if you put in the wrong battery into this device. It's just going to cycle it, it's going to realize it's wrong or it's not good enough and spit it out. Yeah. And oh, I kept saying it, Troy. I mean, cycle it out, push it out, pop it out. I don't know. Can I run them in sequence and make them turn into a flux capacitor for my garage reactor? Okay. We're not selling a time machine. Kickstarter, we'd probably get in trouble with Kickstarter if we were claiming this was a time machine. But no, unfortunately, this won't be able to power your DeLorean. But it is quite a powerful device, though, for your AA and AAA batteries. Let's see here. Gonna hawk. Elroy, you're right. You're right. The things the internet does these days. 12 volt, 1.5 amp. Yes, let's take a look here. Okay, yes. So let me give you the specs. The charging rate is 0.5 and the max charging current is 1 amp for the cells that are inside of it. The power adapter specifications must be at least a USB-C 12 volt 1.5 amp. So what that's referring to is the power adapter that is required in order for this device to turn on and work properly. If you plug this type C into something that's not strong enough, if it's lower than that 1.5 amp 12 volt, then it will simply just not work. So what you're referring to is the requirement of the wall adapter that the type C cable has to be plugged into in order for this powerful device to turn on and be able to work properly, right? So that's what's going on with that. The AA batteries, like I mentioned, are 2,500 milliamps, and the AAA batteries with the AAA version is 950 milliamps, okay? The batteries, just to give you an idea of longevity for the batteries. So as an example, if the battery sits around for an entire year without charging, it will go down to 70% battery level. If we're talking about the Olight batteries that the Ostation X comes with. Let's see here. We suggest to charge it every 3 months, even for the batteries that you're not using. And the batteries can be charged around 300 times before they start degrading and not working properly, okay? So you've got 2,500 milliamps. It'll go down to 70% after 1 year of not being charged. Charge these batteries every few months. And on top of that, they can be charged around 300 times before they start becoming weak and not good enough, right? Same thing as when your cell phone starts to suck after a couple of years. Similar concept there. Let's see. What milliamp does it charge at? Yeah, so it charges all the way up to 1 amp charging rate for the cells in here. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Let me give you a time frame on that as well. So it takes 2 hours for one of these 2,500 milliamp batteries to charge from 0 to 100. Okay. And of course, it charges 4 cells at the same time. So if you put in batteries that are, at 0% versus putting batteries in at 50%, that kind of thing, it will take longer. I can't tell you exactly how long it's going to take. Best I can tell you is it takes 2 hours for these batteries to charge from 0 to 100. It does have fast charging. 2 hours is pretty good for 2,500 milliamps. And we're charging 4 of them at the same time. So we're talking 10,000 milliamps being charged at the same time in 2 hours from 0 to 100. Very, very impressive. Okay. All right, I think that's most of the questions. So I will go ahead and just run through it real quick just one more time. And then we will let you guys go off and put in your orders on Kickstarter. So again, guys, this is the Ostation X. I have it here as a prototype in the AA version batteries. We also have a AAA version that we will be releasing as well. This will be coming out in October, and then the other one will be in November for the AAA batteries. The way that you purchase these is backing it on Kickstarter. We have already met our goal of $100,000 in about 30 minutes. And then it's been a full day so far, and we have reached $500,000 out of a $100,000 pledge. So considering that we have reached 5 times our goal in 1 day, and we have 45 days left, we will be producing this product, and you will eventually get yours when they finally start shipping in October and November, depending on the ones that you get. It comes with the Ostation X, it comes with a Type-C charging cable, and it comes with 32 AA batteries if you get the AA version. It comes with 36 batteries if you get the AAA version. The wall adapter does not come with it. If you need a Type-C wall adapter, if you don't already have one at home you can use with this device, just add it to your order on Kickstarter. It's only $10. Otherwise, feel free to go to Amazon or Target or wherever and purchase a Type-C wall adapter as long as it is 1.5 amps or higher. It needs to be powerful in order to charge this. Let's see here. So it's got, right here where we went back to green. So we're about to, it's happening. It's happening. So exciting. So exciting. So we're about to spit 4 more batteries. I keep saying spit. I keep saying spit. Tim, oh yeah, you're right. You can also do that. You can daisy chain them. So you can plug another one into it. So say you got the AA or the AAA version, you can plug them into each other. And that way you'll be able to charge them together. Yeah, but it's not necessary. It's just another kind of added on feature. I haven't used that feature yet because I only have one of them. But I suppose if you got the AA version and the AAA version and you wanted to like plug them in together, you would be able to do that. Otherwise, you can just plug them both into the wall separately. It's a feature that I personally just don't need. I have surge protectors, so I can plug 2 of these in to 2 different wall adapters. But I guess if you want it to be as convenient as possible with plugging it in, maybe you only have a certain amount of inputs in your surge protector, you can do that as well. So yeah. But some people were I think the main thing is some people were thinking maybe this was a power bank or something, and it's not. This is only built to charge batteries that you place into the device. But you can't like plug your cell phone into this and then charge your phone from it. This doesn't have like battery packs inside of it. There's no power bank inside of the Ostation X. Mika's saying, why nickel metal hydride instead of lithium ion? So it's based on research, okay? So we went to visit several battery factories, and we asked them about their production. And basically they told us that the nickel metal hydrides, they're still producing millions of them per year. And so because of that, we realized the demand for these batteries is still extraordinarily high, and the price point for them is much lower than a lithium ion cell. So we know that these are actually very, very popular for devices, and we know that they are less expensive than your typical high output lithium ion 14500 batteries. So we figured it made sense to do this because if we wanted to give you guys 32 lithium ion batteries, this would probably be double the price in order to be able to give you that many lithium ions with the device, okay? So a lot of it is based on cost, and a lot of it is based on demand. And so I know flashlight people are like, why the hell would you use that instead of a lithium ion? But actually nickel metal hydrides are used in so many devices still, and the factories are pumping out millions of these batteries that are being used by people all over the world every single year. So I know for someone who maybe only uses lithium ion batteries or has transitioned to lithium ion, it might sound strange. But it actually, from a business standpoint and from a price standpoint, it makes a lot more sense to produce the nickel metal hydrides versus the lithium ions for this device. Only real ones are part of the community. Yeah. So last thing I'll say to you guys before we go ahead and sign off, and I really appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. By the way, while I was talking, it just dropped down 4 more batteries, and we are back to charging more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's another cycle of 4 batteries, and now we are back to the blue blinking light, and it is going to charge another series of 4 batteries that are inside of here. So there we go. We are just cycling batteries. We are charging them. We're making sure they're safe. And that's what's going on. I think I've already gone through maybe 3 or 4 cycles since I've been live with you guys today. So this thing is just rocking out, doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Let's see. Any thoughts or info on how the batteries perform in low temperatures? That is a very good question. It really depends on the device that you have the batteries inside of. So if you're putting one of these batteries inside of, let's say, an i5T flashlight, which is a AA battery compatible light, it will have a much better temperature range inside of an Olight flashlight, where you have that aluminum housing, you have the copper in there, you have all kinds of things inside of that light that is helping to keep the battery safe. You have the O-rings. So the battery is going to be a lot more safe inside of an Olight flashlight versus it being inside of a Fisher-Price toy where there's only a little plastic door that is protecting the batteries. So first off, it depends on what is the batteries inside of. And then that will give you your variance on how cold it can be. In terms of using these inside of an Olight flashlight, which is where I have the most experience, it can be extraordinarily cold and extraordinarily hot, and the flashlights will still work with these batteries. Now, if you want to go to the Grand Canyon in the middle of the summer and use a remote control car with some of these batteries inside of it, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to perform in 130 degrees inside of a plastic toy. I don't know, you know. But in terms of if you were going to use an Olight with one of these batteries, it would be perfectly fine. So there's too many variances for me to give you an awesome answer to the question is what I'm saying. And I'm sorry about that, but there's just too many variables to tell you the temperature range of these batteries, because it depends on what they're inside of. Let's see. I just want an i5T Plus orange. Awesome, Panda. So you need to get an Ostation X so that you can use these batteries inside of your i5T Plus. There you go. Let's see here. Gueron, very, very good question. And this is something I haven't touched on yet. So if you put in 4 batteries and 2 of them are at 90% and 2 of them are at 10%, how is it going to work? It will wait until all 4 are charged in order for all 4 to drop down to the bottom. So it does everything in a batch of 4. So it won't pop out the 90% ones first and then the 10% ones later. It will pop all 4 out at the same time. And this light will remain blue and have the blinking light on it until all 4 are fully charged. Then it will turn green, and then it will push them out. I didn't say spit that time, even though I just said spit to tell you that I didn't say spit that time. But you get it. We're pushing out the batteries on the bottom once they're all fully charged. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? I think I've said pretty much everything I can say. We have so we have a Facebook group. We have an Ostation X Facebook group. We've got a couple thousand people in there already. So if you want to talk with other people who have made their purchases on Kickstarter, if you want to learn more about what's going on from just other people who are a part of this project, you can join that Facebook group and ask questions and comment and all of that. Otherwise, we do have a lot of information about this on our website, olightstore.com. You can learn about it there, even though everything about the Ostation X is happening on Kickstarter. And then on top of that, we're sending out newsletters with updates about the Ostation X on Kickstarter. We're doing everything we can to update you guys on the project and tell you what's going on about it. But if you want to talk to people about it, if you want to learn from just other fans who are purchasing these on Kickstarter, please join that Facebook group. If you ever now spell and goes, also, we're in for rough seas ahead. I want to know about this little fan on the other side of the table. Yeah. So it's pretty hot, guys. This is a little fan that I got in China, actually. So it's basically just like a little dog fan. You can see how it's like sitting right now, but you can rotate the legs to where it's like standing now. And it's basically just a little fan, and it even rotates as well. So let me see if I can. Yeah, there you go. So now the head is rotating as well. It's an O fan. Yeah, it's basically an O fan. But anyways, I love this little thing. Yeah, I probably should have had it rotating the entire time because it's very funny. I'm just glad someone else asked about this fan. Yeah, it's very funny. I think they have them on Amazon probably, but I bought this while I was in China. Okay. All right, guys. So I think that's it for this live video. I've been live for a really long time, like almost 2 hours by now. But I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me today. The point of this was to show you that it's real, to show you that it actually works, to show you that we have this beautiful prototype, to talk about the functions, how Kickstarter works, and I think we were able to do all of that today. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to comment on this video. I will be saving this video to our YouTube channel, so you'll be able to come back and watch this video whenever you want to in the future. And yeah, we're very, very excited about the Ostation X. I can't believe that we've already done 5 times our goal for this project, but I don't see why it won't reach at least $1 million at this point, which is incredible for this high-tech battery charger that we really went on a whim and decided to try out. So thank you guys so much for giving this a chance. I hope you guys really enjoy them. We'll continue to make more and more content about them. We'll continue to update you guys about the project. But until then, sit back, relax, know that you're going to get an awesome battery charger in either October or November. And that's what's going on. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you learned something about the project, and hopefully just got at least some reassurance that this thing is awesome and it works really well. And that's where we are. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys for being here today, and we'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.